Hello everyone, this is Fantasy-esque and welcome back to Season 2 of Luminous Clan in ClanGen, the Warrior Cats clan generator game. When we left off in the previous episode, we were saved from near extinction because 5 of our warriors aged up into adults, and that meant we could put together a new couple finally because the last breedable female that we have and the last breedable male that we had available in the clan decided that they were going to break up and did not want to have a litter with one another. So we were waiting for the apprentices to grow up so that, one of them could be paired up with the older cats. So Reed Daisy, who is curled up in the clearing, was paired up with Rowan Pelt, who was down by the warrior's den, also curled up because of his broken back. So I'm not sure how this couple is going to go, given they are not feeling too good right now. But Lyestar, yes, he could have paired up Buttercup Dusk with someone, but Lyestar looked at his daughter, her state, his grief, her grief, and he kind of just wanted her to have something to bring her out of that. She needed a companion in his eyes. So he went ahead and decided to make, this new couple, even though we are only going to have, I think, a single prophetic bloodline. If they have a litter, we'll have a single prophetic bloodline from Rowan Pelt. So, fingers crossed, we get some good news from them soon. Really quickly, I just want to check to see if Reed Daisy... I should have set the toggles are on, but I just want to quickly check. And then Rowan Pelt. Now, this might be a move that backfires on Lyestar, because Rowan Pelt has a broken back. He is at high risk of dying, and Reed Daisy is going to have a lot more to cry about than her dead sister if her new mate also happens to die. So hopefully Rowan Pelt gets better and doesn't get worse. But let's go ahead, guys. Without further ado, let's skip a moon. Okay, we don't have any birth and death notices, so there is that. With the heightened focus of the clan, 14 additional pieces of prey were gathered. During the gathering, Slumber Roach's is the first and loudest laugh whenever Shade Clan's leader makes anything even approaching a joke. Oh. Slumber Roach, our deputy, who I accidentally thought was the medicine cat in the last episode, and I sent him on a solo patrol, and then I sent everyone with the medicine cat. My bad. But, Slumber Roach is back at the gathering? Does that mean Lyestar is down again? Okay, Shade Clan. Let's try and praise Lynx Clan. Plum Raven managed to recover from heat exhaustion. Rowan Pelt can smell the infection from his back and feels the fever coming over himself. This injury feels less survivable by the day. No, Rowan Pelt! If Rowan Pelt dies, Reed Daisy is going to be heartbroken. Well, she's not in love with him, I don't think. We'll have to check their relationships in a bit after mediation. But still, she got put together with Rowan Pelt. This is the second male she's been put together with. The first was Buttercup Dusk, and she was Buttercup Dusk's third female that he was put together with. Okay, so this is... apparently this is all the events we have. Let's go and check out the medicine cat den. Rowan Pelt! No! He has a broken back and an infected wound. Oh, I feel so terrible for him. This is so sad. He got his broken back, I think, one of the early moons of his apprenticeship. I think it was 1 or 2 moons into his apprenticeship, he got the broken back. He was unable to get back to training at all. Throughout his entire apprenticeship, he spent it in the medicine cat den, being unable to do anything. However, he made it to his warrior ceremony, but now he's going to die not too many moons after. That's so depressing. Okay, Dark Pounce was given Poppy as treatment for grief. Plum Raven was given Ragwort as treatment for heat exhaustion. Plum Raven recovered from heat exhaustion. Rowan Pelt was given Ragwort as treatment for broken back. They will heal sooner, the medicine cat tells me, but Rowan Pelt doesn't feel as though he will. Bubbling Gale could not find any herbs this moon. Okay, Bubbling Gale is the medicine cat. I need to remember that. Let's dive into relationships and see what's going on. Bubbling Gale talks all the time about Slumber Roach. Bubbling Gale cheers Reed Daisy up after a small disagreement. Dark Pounce basks in the sun with Slumber Roach. The clan watches Dark Pounce and Cloudfur slowly lose their patience with one another. Slumber Roach bumped into Lyastar and didn't even apologize. Lyastar and Cloudfur roll up moss balls together. Slumber Roach and Grayswipe often look at each other and smile knowingly about something. Okay, the mates over here are seeming to spend some time with one another. Yeah, Slumber Roach and Grayswipe, they are mates, but, you know, they've already had a litter each with separate cats, so they are not breeding, obviously. Slumber Roach tries to do something like Shadow Swirl, but just ends up getting embarrassed, okay? After the gathering, Grayswipe notices that Lyastar is making sure everyone got home. Okay, that's very awfully responsible of Lyastar, considering he didn't go to the gathering. Buttercup Dusk meows hello to Grayswipe, but she looks pretty glum still. Plumraven and Borrowshine are assigned the same task. Reed Daisy hears Lyastar laugh at a clanmate's joke, even though it was lame. And the other thing to note, these new kittens that we have. Sorry, not the new kittens, but you know, the new warriors. Real quick. Basically, Borrowshine, Rowan Pelt, Cloudfur, Shadowswell, they're all, and Stonespeck, they're all children of Bubbling Gale and Plumraven. Yeah. So they are the children of Bubbling Gale and Plumraven, these 5 that we have over here. Okay. Where was I? Plumraven and Borrowshine are assigned the same task. So mother and daughter get to spend some time together. Reed Daisy hears Lyastar laugh at a clanmate's joke, even though it was lame. Buttercup Dusk didn't realize how generous Cloudfur could be. Stonespeck thinks that Rowan Pelt looks nice today. Oh, that's very nice of Stonespeck. I think she's trying to encourage her brother a little bit. Like, he's feeling super down. He was the only boy in his litter. So I imagine his sisters are a little bit protective of him, especially after he broke his back. And he doesn't think he's gonna make it, but Stonespeck is trying to encourage him and tell him that, no, you look a lot better than you did yesterday. Oh, okay, Cloudfur mentions that Borrowshine looks good today. When Rowan Pelt tells Grayswipe about a goal he has, Grayswipe snickers at it. Oh, Grayswipe! I feel like Rowan Pelt is telling Grayswipe, like, his goal is probably like, I just want to see the sunshine tomorrow. Because he really feels like he's gonna go any of these days. And Grayswipe is snickering at it, like, what's so special about sunshine? Grayswipe, that is so mean. That is so mean. Cloudfur knows that the advice Plumraven gave her will be helpful. Rowan Pelt brought Shadow Swirl some dry bedding. Aww. Even though he has broken back and is probably just crawling around everywhere. You should stop doing nice things like this, Rowan Pelt. It's probably how you got the infection in the first place. Okay, so it seems as though that's all we have for events. So I'm going to cut the recording here and we'll continue at the cat list. Okay, we are continuing at the cat list. Loyalties have not changed. Lyastar still has 4 loyalists in Grayswipe, Reed Daisy, Stonespeck, and Dark Pounce. I want to jump straight to the mediation because I want to mediate between our new couple. And I feel so bad for Reed Daisy because from the looks of it, Rowan Pelt is not going to make it, especially now that he has an infection. We'll have to see whether she manages to, you know, get pregnant before he passes, but this is just so sad. This is so sad. Okay, let's mediate between the 2 of them. So it seems as though platonic like and respect increased, jealousy decreased. Definitely Rowan Pelt, he seems to be more fond of Reed Daisy. Like, he likes Reed Daisy a bit more than Reed Daisy likes him. I think for both of them, maybe they're viewing this similarly in that Lyastar brought them together so that they could comfort each other through, you know, the different problems they're having, or Reed Daisy grieving and Rowan Pelt having a broken back. And I think because they are in places emotionally where they are feeling quite vulnerable, they are, as a result, appreciating each other's company. And I think that's where a lot of their feelings are coming from. They're kind of being like an emotional support to one another. But I feel like it's gonna devastate Reed Daisy. if Rowan dies. Ugh, I feel bad for her. I feel bad for her. Okay. Let's go ahead and see what the cats are up to for the day. Lyastar catches extra prey for Leaf Bear. Slumber Roach found a wonderful napping spot outside camp. Bubbling Gill wants to get so much done today, and please don't take all my warriors this time. Go out on your own. Thank you, Bubbling Gill, please. Gracewipe wants to get to know Reed Daisy better. Okay, so that was interesting, especially because we did do the mediation between Reed Daisy and Rowan Pelt. I think Gracewipe, maybe? Has she become lonesome? Oh, wow. I mean, Gracewipe used to be righteous, and she's become lonesome. You know what, guys? I'm wondering if her becoming lonesome is because of, like, this string of apprentices that she lost. Now, over here, I mean, it just mentions Plumestripe, Plumraven, Ratfur, Rainpaw, and Rowanpelt. There actually was another apprentice between Rainpaw and Rowanpelt that she had. Oh, you know what? I think the reason why it didn't register, like, that apprentice she had between Rainpaw and Rowanpelt, I think the reason why it wasn't listed is because the moon, so those apprentices that died, basically we skipped a moon, they became apprentices on that moon, they went out on patrol on that moon, and they died on that moon. But I think if we had jumped to the next moon, like if they had died in the next moon, then maybe the game would have registered that Gracewipe, like, had that other apprentice. I think that's what happened. They died on the moon they became apprentices on, which is why it's not registering here. But yeah, I think after the string of deaths that she kind of saw with apprentices, and maybe just the amount of deaths in general in the clan, maybe Gracewipe is trying to protect herself by kind of backing off a little bit and not diving into, you know, trying to get justice for every dead cat, because then you're living for the dead and not for the living. Okay, so her, yeah, she's mates with Slumber Roach. So both her previous mate and current mates are alive. And Reed Daisy is the last child she has left. Yeah, I mean, the cats that died, the apprentices, they were her stepchildren. Reed Daisy is a remaining daughter, so it kind of makes sense, actually. I mean, she's mediator right now, but it does make sense that she wants to get to know her daughter a little bit better, because she's kind of worried about Reed Daisy, and maybe she knows that Lyastar was trying to help Reed Daisy get out of her grief by giving her a mate to focus on and potentially, you know, kits, but Gracewipe can see that Rowanpelt is not doing well, and she's trying to maybe mentally prepare Reed Daisy before he finally goes. Plumraven, Soy Two-Leg, petting a Lona. Reed Daisy bounces around the territory on a border patrol, so even though, you know, she's grieving from time to time, she tries to haul herself out and actually go and do some things, like do some patrols. Buttercup Dusk catches extra prey for Leaf Bear. Okay, Buttercup Dusk, who were you hanging out with? You were hanging out with Lyastar, okay. So Buttercup Dusk and Lyastar were catching extra prey for Leaf Bear together. Interesting. Stone Speck is making sure she's done all of her daily duties. Burrowshine is glad it's not so hot out anymore. Rowanpelt was recently chastised by the deputy for reckless behavior out on patrol. Okay. So Slumber Roach chastised Rowanpelt. You know what, Rowanpelt, because of his back, I mean, it's been quite a few moons he's had this condition. I feel as though he kind of maybe crawls around from place to place, even though the medicine cat has advised him not to move unnecessarily. And that's probably why he was chastised by Slumber Roach, because Rowanpelt is not supposed to be out doing anything, but Rowanpelt keeps trying to crawl to the edge of camp to participate on patrol, even though he can't. Like, he keeps trying to test his back to see if anything's changed, but he's kind of straining it and stressing it. Rowanpelt. Cloudfur is learning more about Blotchpaw. Blotchpaw! Blotchpaw was one of the cats who died, guys. Yeah, Blotchpaw was actually one of Cloudfur's cousins. Yeah. Yeah, look, one of her cousins, Blotchpaw, over here. Oh, that's so sad. Oh, I wonder who's telling stories about Blotchpaw. Must be one of the older cats. Shadow Swirl is fetching Reed Daisy for another cat who is looking for her. Dark Pounce is glad it's not so hot out anymore. Okay, Dark Pounce, who are you hanging out with? Burrow Shine. Okay, so Burrow Shine is hanging out with Dark Pounce right now, and they're just both glad it's not hot out anymore. Okay, that is it for the cat list. I'm going to cut the recording, and then we're going to continue with patrols. Right, let's see what we get up to, and this time around, I am not going to make a mistake. Bubbling Gale, get in that patrol on your own, thank you very much. So currently we have 98.5 prey, and we need 35.5. So let's send out Bubbling Gale and Medicine Cat first. The ragwort plants start to dramatically give up on life as leaf fall progresses, and Bubbling Gale takes the opportunity to go harvest from them. Proceed. Ugh. The ragwort Bubbling Gale finds is flowering, and the yellow flowers of the plant waft out their scent, leaving a foul taste hanging in the air. It's so bad, Bubbling Gale almost misses the burdock plant ready to be harvested nearby. Ragwort and burdock were gathered. Okay, wonderful. So now we're going to have a patrol of 6 and a patrol of 1. Okay, so let's see what the Deputy Slumberroach has decided for these patrols. Okay, so we have Slumberroach, Stone Speck, Plum Raven, Cloudfur, Burrow Shine, and Shadow Swirl going out together. So basically, all the able-bodied siblings are going out together, the sisters. I'm a little bit worried that Buttercup Dusk is being sent out on his own, because Buttercup Dusk is the last cat with the, like I said, and I've been repeating for many episodes now, with the 1st and 3rd bloodlines. So I'm kind of stressed that he's going out on his own. If he dies, we lose it. We lose all those bloodlines. Okay, as the patrol gathers together to train under Slumberroach's leadership, Burrow Shine admits she thinks she had a vision from StarClan last night. Proceed. The patrol talks to her about whether it was a real vision as they train. Okay, so everyone had a very safe training sort of patrol, and you know what? This is good and relaxing. Even in the last episode, I did mess up, but the thing was, all the youngsters, they kind of went to gather, I think it was oak leaves and juniper leaves with the medicine cat Bubbling Gale, and they actually had, for the first time I feel in a long time, a lot of fun, and they didn't have to worry about anything, so that was really good for them. And they're kind of continuing over here with just a nice training patrol and not having to, stress. So that was really good. And now we have Buttercup Dusk is going out on his own. Buttercup Dusk heads out into the mountains alone, wanting to explore and have some time to himself. I mean, we talked about this last time as well. He's been having a lot of emotional pressure from, Lystar, the clan leader, regarding breeding and everything else, all the losses he's gone through. So I can understand that he kind of just wants to go and be on his own. Proceed. Buttercup Dusk pads confidently through Luminous Clan territory. There's a particular piece in exploring his beloved home, ears pricked up curiously whenever he spots how the seasons and weather have reshaped it since he last passed this way. Okay, so he was safe thankfully, but yeah, it was just some time alone. He needed to get away from the others, he needed to think on his own. But okay. That's all it seems we have managed to get done today. I think the biggest thing we're stressed about right now is going to be Rowan Pelt, and whether or not Rowan Pelt survives this infection that has begun to spread in his broken back. So okay guys, with that said and done, I am going to leave off here. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you all next time. Bye bye.